So hi guys, Ashley Nicole here, and today we're going to be talking about the 15 tips for going natural. I personally love the idea of a natural hair journey and people being part of this movement. I myself have been natural for almost 4.5 years now, and I completely love it. I won't say that it's the easiest thing to do, but I will say it's very worth it for me, and for a lot of people who tend to love the lifestyle of being natural. I want to let you know at the beginning that I did transition. I did not big chop. I know a lot of people big chop or transition, but it's all up to what that person wants to do, whatever works best for that person. I personally just transitioned, and yeah. So let's get into my 15 tips for going natural. Be experimentative as in the products that you buy, no matter what they're branded for, whether it's white, black, Hispanics. A lot of products are multicultural, and I feel like you experiment with the product because what may not work for someone else may work for you, and what may work for someone else may not work for you. So you just need to try everything out that you feel is good for your hair. It's a lot of investigating into products and to your hair type and what you like. I honestly didn't even look at what I don't even know what my hair type is today. If you guys want to know, I can find out for you, but I don't know what my hair type is. I've never really been that into hair type. I just kind of go with the flow of my hair. So yeah, my first tip would be to be experimentative. My second tip, I know you may have heard this a lot of different places if you watch other videos, but it is water and a healthy diet. Because what you put in your body is what you get out of your body. So if you put in great things into your body, then you get great benefits from them, i.e. your hair growing, clear skin. So waters are really good for nourishing your body and making sure you're hydrated so your body can do its job and get your hair to start growing. It also moisturizes your hair from within, but it does not mean that it doesn't need its external resources of moisture. So that still means you still need to use your leave-in conditioners, so you need to deep condition, so you need to moisturize your hair using oils, you still need to spray your hair with water. So just make sure you keep your body healthy and vibrant so that your body can do what it's supposed to do and help your hair grow. So water and a healthy diet is my second tip. My third tip is something that I am in love with, is deep condition. I just think that when you deep condition your hair, it's like pampering. It's like I do it on my day of pamper. I have a day where I do my hair. That's the only thing I'm going to do that day. And I give myself like a couple of hours to relax and watch a movie and do my hair and feel like relaxed. Like doing my hair is like a relaxing thing. So deep conditioning, I do that at least once a week or twice a week. Sometimes it can be more depending on what your hair needs. But just find something that's, sorry, I just hit the camera. But just find something that's giving your hair a lot of moisture. You feel the difference in your hair after it being like a long 1 or 2 week period before you wash your hair. It's supposed to revitalize and nourish and give your hair all the components that it needs to be strong and to grow. I would use, personally, something that's good for hair growth, or even damaged hair. I usually use products that work for damaged hair, even if your hair isn't damaged, because it's like being preventative in a way. So it's actually helping the health of your hair, and it also may help it with the growing, because damaged hair needs a lot of extra moisture, so it gives your hair mostly everything it would need. So deep conditioning is also a really important part of becoming natural. My fourth tip, and something that I literally did all day and night, was watch videos. I watched YouTube when I first went natural, literally every single night. I watch YouTube videos like every single night, and even if I had seen the video 4 times, I would watch it again. Learning techniques and looking at the products they use, finding people who have similar hair types to you, hair lengths, even people who you aspire to be like, was really like amazing. The idea of looking at someone and being like, okay, I know what they did, I can kind of tweak what they did to fit my regimen and, you know, still achieve my goals in a way. That was amazing for me. So I would think for you guys, my thing would be to watch YouTube videos, read blogs, just look up things, do your research, and look at the product suggestions they give you. I'm not saying that watching YouTube videos should be like, oh, that product, I'm gonna buy it because her hair looks amazing, so my hair's gonna look amazing. That's not the case. I've done that before. It is not the case, and You just need to be careful with the way that you interpret the videos. Just watch them for guidance, because the products you could be using could be your perfect set for having the perfect wash and go or the perfect twist out or braid out. It's just that their technique could enhance your results, and that's all I'm saying. So I feel like watching YouTube videos was a great step for going natural. My fifth thing for going natural would be to use oil. Some people really don't like oil in their hair, and yes, oil can be very irritating if you apply too much or if your hair doesn't absorb oil, but oil is really important for the moisture of your hair. There's a method called the lock method, and it's the leave-in oil and I want to say control, which would be like gel. I think that's what that means. Sorry if I messed that up. But that's how I do my hair when I do my wash and goes, and it is amazing. And it all depends on how much you apply and how much your hair needs. If you're not okay with applying a lot of oil to your hair, like a leave-in conditioner and then an oil and then a gel, then get a product that has oil infused into it, or make sure that your shampoo and conditioner are oil infused so that you're getting the oil that you need for your hair. I would recommend just putting it in your regimen and just not applying a lot, or mixing it with your leave-in, like a small amount with your leave-in, so that you're still getting the oil but you're not, applying too much. That would be my thing. But I think oil is very important. There's different kinds of oil you can use. There's not one special type. There's not, olive oil is better than coconut oil. There are some oils that are going to be better for your hair in your opinion than other oils would be. So be experimental with the oils as well and see what works for you, what doesn't. But I know oil is going to be very vital in giving her the moisture that it needs, and it also helps lock in the nutrients from the leave-in conditioner that you apply to your hair. My sixth tip for going natural is to invest in satin scarves, satin pillowcases, satin bonnets, only because it's going to be your go-to for maintaining your hairstyle for more than one day. It literally took me maybe 2 years to learn how to do second day hair. Like, not even gonna tell you the truth, it is hard. Some people's hair do second day hair way better than other people's hair. My hair, I'm one of those people where my hair doesn't do second day hair very well. When I found my perfect wash and go and I realized that I could hold it up for 5 days, like, so excited literally, because I'm like, finally, I don't have to do my hair every single day, or I don't have to bun it so much. But investing in those is very good, because the pillowcases that you sleep on will take the moisture out of your hair, and it'll end up being frizzy and it won't hold the style that you wanted it to hold. So the satin scarf is helpful, and moisture helps lay down your hair. So I would invest in one of those, especially if you do like a pineapple at night. Then you can put the bonnet on your head and keep it all together. You can even do a scarf and a bonnet. I do it sometimes. I put the scarf on my edges and then I put the bonnet on top so that my ponytail and everything's fine. It's all about your preference, but I do think that investing in a satin scarf is really good for the benefit of your hair, as far as retaining the moisture and promoting hair growth. So my seventh tip for going natural would be to limit the amount of heat you use on your hair. The amount of heat used is very detrimental to the way your curl pattern forms. When you flat iron your hair a lot, or use a lot of high heat on your hair, no matter what style, curling, flat ironing, blow drying, it does loosen your curl pattern. It's really hard for your curl pattern to be in its true form. So if you want your hair to form and do what you want to do, you need to lower the amount of heat you use. That's not saying that you can't use any heat at all. It's just saying that don't use it as much. So every 6 weeks when you first start going natural, and then every year when you get more into your regimen. And because once you get into it enough, you honestly won't miss, well, I won't say you won't miss straightening your hair, but like, you'll be so in love with your curly hair that straightening it will seem like something you do once in a while here. My eighth tip is protective styling, which would be the braid outs, twist outs, bantu knots, buns, weave, micro braids. Any kind of hairstyle that doesn't involve you touching your hair so much is a protective style. I honestly started out doing twist outs and braid outs a lot because my curl pattern wasn't in, and that could have been for me flat ironing it so much. I'm not really sure. That's what I'm gonna assume, because I actually have always had like really healthy hair because my mom's a hairstylist, so I like picked up on her, I wouldn't say like hair doing skills, but as far as like taking care of my own hair, I learned through her a lot. So a lot of my hair is actually pretty healthy. It was just my curl pattern wasn't forming the way that I wanted it to. So me taking the time to braid out some twist outs was actually helping it retain its moisture and give it time to let my curl pattern form by itself. But it also helps if, you know, you have heat damage hair, because you do fight on a lot of use a lot of heat on your hair, and certain parts don't curl as they're supposed to. Like say you have like really curly parts and you have like really loose stringy parts at the end, that's where your heat damage is. If you're trying to cover that up, then braid outs and twist outs are your best friend. Fancy knot outs are your best friend. And if you just want to go the route of, you know, doing weave or box braids or something, that's also a way. Okay. So protective styling is, you know, a go-to for natural hair. Go-to for it to grow, it give you different curl looks. Even if your hair, like say you're like me and you've been natural for a long time and you just feel like, you know, I'm tired of where my wash and goes. Keep House give you a different look. All the books give you a different curl pattern. And it allows you to, you know, embrace different sides of who you are, you know, and have fun. It allows you to have fun. My 9th tip for going natural would be co-washing. When I first started going natural, I co-washed my hair almost every single day. And my go-to hairstyle was buns. And this bun is in my hair because I need to wash my hair, and I haven't done that. But co-washing was my best friend. When co-washing, I would pick products that were good for moisture. And that's because me washing it so much, I just wanted to make sure I was giving it everything that it needed. You know, just to be cautious and to make sure I'm taking care of my hair. I actually started using Tresemme Naturals when I first started, and that was amazing. And then I realized that they changed the formula of Tresemme Naturals, so it wasn't the same. It had the same slip, and that slip was really important for me to be able to get through my curls without having to pull on my hair and cause so much tension on my hair. If they switched the formula, I switched to. Okay, so my camera cut off in the middle of me talking about co-washing, but as I was saying, after the Tresemme Naturals switched their formula and I didn't like the way it, you know, the slip that it gave me and the feel of the moisture that it gave me, I switched to Tresemme Moisture Rich, and that is amazing slip. I actually even use that in my wash and go routine now that I got from Natural85, who is an amazing channel. You guys should watch her. But you know, co-washing was really important to me. Some people don't like to co-wash their hair every single day. It just depends, but for me that was the best thing that I could do. I felt like it was always, I never denied my hair of moisture and water, because I was co-washing it every single day, so it got all the nutrients that it needed from the conditioner that I was using and all the water that it would need from me washing it. So that was how I did my co-washing. Now I co-wash 3 times a month, and then I have an official wash day once a month. So I co-wash every week, every week, 3 times a month, and then the 4th week I do actual shampoo. And for the shampoo, I do the sulfate-free shampoos, and I usually use a Shea Moisture shampoo. That's just me. That's my preference, but yeah. So co-washing is amazing for giving your hair the water thing. My 10th tip for you is to figure out. Ooh, too much happened right there. Okay, hold on. My 10th tip for you is to figure out how you're going to transition to being natural. Are you going to actually do the big chop, which means cut all your damaged hair off, whether it'll be a little fro or it'll be, you know, depending on the length of your hair, it'll be here or here. It's really up to you. Or you can transition, and that's what I did. I transitioned from my straight hair. You know, I stopped getting relaxers in the 9th grade, and just let it grow out the natural way. I have a really I don't want to say phobia because it's a strong word, but I do have a phobia, I think. If I ask myself, it's a phobia of cutting my hair really, really short, just because, I don't know, I just love long hair. I've always loved long hair, so I don't know, but for me, transitioning was the right way to go. It allowed me to still keep my length so that I could play with it a little bit more. I do one day want to do a big chop, you know, just to see how it look and feel with it and how vibrant I'll feel, because, you know, it's short hair. I'm just really scared of that awkward medium stage where it's not long enough to do anything with it, and like what if it looks messy and I can't do anything to it. So yeah, but I really do think you should decide how you want to transition into being natural. The big chop for some people was amazing. They cut all their hair off and they just started fresh. My 11th tip for going natural would be to focus on the health of your hair and then the growth, because your hair won't grow unless it's healthy. So if you focus on taking care of it and keeping it healthy and strong, then eventually you'll see hair growth. If you don't see hair growth, it could be that your hair is just stagnant, it's getting used to your routine, or that you may need to take a supplement like biotin or hair affinity, which I see a lot of people on YouTube taking. I've never taken hair affinity. Well, I took like 2 pills and then I was like, this is too much, I'm gonna take this every single day, so I didn't take it. Biotin I do take on a random basis, and that is amazing for your skin and your hair. I did hear that when you take, you're supposed to take like a vitamin C pill with it to, you know, help with the digestion of biotin. Don't quote me on that. I think that's what I heard. So if it does, so if biotin's gonna be working, I'll try to do like a vitamin C intake, or just eat an orange and then take your biotin, you know. But take care of your hair first, and then the growth will come afterward. And then also possibly drinking water and eating a healthy diet, which is actually my second tip for going natural. My 12th tip for going natural would be detangling your hair. Detangling your hair is really important because when your hair is curly, it sheds. And you may not think it sheds because you don't see it as much, but instead of it falling out like it does when it's straight, it gets like caught on your curls. And you just want to get that out because it helps with the weight of your hair, the way that it styles. So make sure you're detangling your hair. You can do finger detangling, which is just, you know, getting a product that has a lot of slip. And slip means that you can easily glide your hands through and be able to detangle your hair easily without having to pull so much on your hair or stretch it out. Or you can use a comb. I personally do a wide tooth comb. That's just always what I've done. I really haven't, I don't know, I just love that method. It's easier for me. So yeah, but I've always done a wide tooth comb. But you just want to detangle, and also sometimes, and at the beginning I got a lot of these, you get single stranded knots where your curls curl up on themselves and they make a knot on the curl. And some people, I usually just actually used to cut them out, or like, this is horrible, do not do this, I repeat, not do this, but like if I was in a bad mood, which I recommend, don't do your hair in a bad mood, I would sometimes like pull them off. You're not supposed to do that because you're basically like stressing out your hair. You're basically like snatching your hair off your head, basically. It's not like the whole piece, but you're tearing it, so you're basically messing up that strand. But because I wasn't in the mood to try to comb it out, but honestly, what you do is if you do get a single strand out, you just apply more of your conditioner with slip, and, you know, kind of work your way through it and take your time. But yeah, detangling is really important for the, you know, the way your hair's gonna come out when you style it, because if it has a lot of built up hair in there, it's not gonna come out right. It's gonna come out like frizzy, or it's not gonna form correctly. It's gonna be hard for you to, you know, section it off to style it, or to moisturize it, do anything with it. It's better to detangle your hair, put it like that. My 13th tip for going natural would be to wash your hair with cold water. It helps your hair maintain the moisture from the conditioner, and some people use moisturizing shampoo, so from the moisturizing shampoo as well. Hot water is I'm not saying it's like I got a text, sorry guys. Hot water isn't bad for your hair, but it tends to rinse every single thing out, and it doesn't always keep all the moisture that it possibly could have because it's rinsing every single thing out. Cold water tends to leave in the moisture and close to the cuticle, so it sucks in the moisture and keep the moisture that you put on your hair, which is the reason a lot of people use cold water. I'm guilty of using hot water at times. I'm not perfect. I'm not gonna say that I use cold water every single time. It's end all be all, but I do believe in using cold water when I wash my hair, just to, you know, lock on the moisture that I can, because moisture is really important for the growth of your hair, because natural hair is naturally dry. So you want to make sure you keep as much moisture as possible. My 14th tip for going natural would be, don't go out and buy the most expensive product. Buy what you think is right, and start small. I started off using Garnier Fructis, which is like $3, $4 a product at Walmart, and then I started using Cantu Shea Butter. That's actually still what I kind of use a little bit. I go back to it randomly, but Cantu Shea Butter was my favorite of all lines. And then maybe 3 years after me being natural, they came out with natural products, like with no sulfates, no parabens, like all that stuff, and I was like, yes. So I used products before they were natural, and it was a leave-in conditioning cream, and that was my favorite thing to use all the time. And then they actually came out with natural products, and they're mostly like coconut based, and I'm addicted to anything coconut for my hair. Coconut oil, like just coconut, just like coconut. So that really was beneficial for me, using products. Those products were like $5 per product, and then eventually I got a Teach and Shea Moisture, and that's $10 per product. I don't use them a lot. I still use my little GPG products sometimes. I still use Tresemme conditioners and Aussie conditioners, and Garnier Fructis. It's all about what you want to use and what's going to be good for your hair. You don't have to go out and buy the most expensive thing possible. Usually, the more expensive the product is, most of the time it's the more natural the product is. Now, if you're trying to go the whole natural way, we don't want to use any sulfates or parabens or anything bad for your hair, then yes, if you're going to go that route, then it's going to be more expensive. It's going to be really hard to find really cheap products because it costs to have natural products, like with natural ingredients. But if you're okay with using a little bit so that may have sulfates or parabens, then you'll be able to find cheaper products that'll work for your hair. So, you know, I don't want you to feel like I gotta go out and buy shea moisture because that's natural and that's the only thing I can use. It's $10. All I have to do is right. Because starting off with the basic products helps you kind of figure out what types of products work for your hair better before you go out and spend $30 on hair products and then you end up not liking them. So I would just say to, you know, test out the cheaper products before you go out and buy the most expensive. And last tip for going natural would be to be as patient as possible. It is a long experience. That's why they call it a natural hair journey, because it's a long process. Sometimes you're gonna want to cry. Sometimes you're gonna want to just go relax your hair because you're like, oh, I can't take this. It's taking too long. But honestly, when you get there, it is well worth the wait. For me, it was, at least, and for a lot of other people who are natural, it's an amazing journey, and you'll be so proud of yourself for making it through it. I'd be proud of you, and I really hope this video helped you with suggestions and tips for going natural. So guys, this is the end of my video for the 15 tips for going natural. I hope this helped you guys and gave you a basic understanding of what it's going to take for you to go natural. I hope it didn't scare you away, and I hope you feel like, yes, I can do this, I got this. And thank you guys for watching, and please subscribe.
Yeah.